Welcome back to TmezTv. A little bit on the late show. They just called for practice, and I was talking with a buddy. Final night at Western Springs, and we had a pretty good run last night. Felt like the track gave up on me, and I kind of was, ripped the lip until I fell back a little bit. But tonight the track looks like old Peter Murphy's here working the track, and it looks really juiced up. So. So night number 3, the first night it was kind of rough and slick. Then the second night it was slick, and tonight it looks like they got some moisture in it and it's got some character. I have a feeling it's going to be more like the first night of racing. So last night I put too much bar split in it, I think, and I was kind of soft on the right rear, and it was just kind of flying the nose. So tonight I went back with a stiff bar in the right rear, and I feel like we're right where we need to be. I start 4th in the first heat race, so that'll put me like invert to probably like 6th or 7th in the second heat race. So we got the heater on the car. This is an engine heater, and it just circulates hot water, and right now you can see it's 160 degrees. They just pump that in there. It pulls, water out of the red side and then heats it in the heater box and then pushes it back in the black side through the radiator. So many people here, it's awesome. So they have an F2 class. It's a midget it's like a Ford Focus. All right, so the sprint cars are about to go out, and it's interesting because we don't get practice here in New Zealand, and back home, you basically get a freebie, like you get to go shake the thing down and see where you're at and adjust accordingly. Well, here, you kind of have to go off of last night's, setup, and then keep an eye on the track. Well, the track is more juiced up now than than I have even been on it. They got 3 sprint car races, and there's 10 cars per race, 10 lap races. Trying to keep up with. What do we have the bleeder set at? 10. We might go up to 10.5 on that.
Yeah, and change it to a nothing.
Yes. Good eye. Good eye. Yeah. So, track is definitely juiced up. Trying to kind of game plan what we're gonna do. And hey, as always, thanks for watching TmezTv. I've been out here in New Zealand, living my best life. Ultimately, I'm dodging the snow, keeping busy, on the TmezTv on racing. We go back to racing March 16th with the EA Stealth. So in Duqoin, it's an extreme race, and then pretty much goes sprint car racing after that until USAC runs Kokomo. I believe it's like April 24th, maybe, I don't know. we got through the heat race, and it was pretty tricky track. Some pretty big holes on the bottom, and moisture and texture, and so you know, we picked off one spot that will be helpful. It's a points deal ultimately. They take the average of 2 heat races points, and the high point guy starts on the front row. It's a lot softer than the SB3 we were used to running, and the sidewalls are super soft. So the track is rough tonight, but it is slicking off. So, you know, I really didn't know what to do. We were pretty good there. I added a little bit of helper spring, took out an inch of stagger, and we start 7th in the next heat. We thought it was going to go real slick, so we had our right rear on a 3 off. Man, as holy as it is and much texture, we haven't done a whole lot to it, but I do think I'm going to change that from the 0 off to a 2 off. Man, when the track's like it is today, I feel like it's just a driver's track. We haven't done a whole lot to our setup. We killed an inch of stagger, and we're about to fill it up with fuel, so yeah, driver's track. Hey, as always, thanks for watching TmezTv. Out here in Auckland, New Zealand, living my best life. Me and Madeline have been running around to the beaches, and everybody here has been treating me like a complete rock star, so hey, super pumped to be here. I feel like we got a good car tonight. Not sure where we start, but they only have 2 more races and then we're back out, so I got to get back to work. See you after the race.
Yeah, good luck.
So double file restarts are always interesting, but you have to give people room, right? So everybody's running the bottom because there's just enough texture and moisture that it's giving you a launch down the straightaway here. But the leader's not coming off the bottom, and so in order to get by the leader, you need to go to the top. So those guys go to the top, and I sneak by them, right? But you can see it's just tight, and you can't run it in there hard, or you risk turning the car over. Well, I'm trying to win this thing, so I haven't run the top. I try it, and I needed to stay on the bottom. This probably was the biggest mistake of the race. But after watching the footage for hours, doing the edits, you know, you learn from this, and I feel like that's one of the biggest advantages guys like Brad Mosen and Michael Pickens have, you know, is Michael Pickens doesn't make a mistake because he knows the format, he knows all the competition there, and he knows the tracks and how they're going to change through the nights, you know. Mosen, the same thing, you know, and I don't know these things, I'm learning as I go, and, you know, as a professional driver, you know, I know a lot of what's going on ahead of time because I pay attention to. So Mosen sneaks by the 9 car, and man, I'm not coming off the bottom at this point because I've already given one away. That right there was a no-no. I actually got called to the office for, you know, getting underneath the line, and I got lucky on this deal because ultimately he kind of bounced off of the bottom, and it was a racing deal because of the texture in the track. But any other time, if this race goes green to checkered, I lose 2 spots for driving past a car, getting past a guy underneath the track line right there. We're going to skip forward to the good part here. All right, 7 laps later, he's gone, but it's not over until it's over. And with 5 to go, I have reeled him back in, and we have caught lap traffic. It is game on. But I miss the turn 1 there, and you have to stay on the bottom, or basically it's kind of no man's land, you know. And I feel like I gave up some good track position there, but that's okay. It's not over. We're still just pounding through the holes here. Look, he missed it, but I kind of showed a nose there, you know. So now Mosen doesn't make mistakes, and he's not going to leave that door open again. Okay, he knows. Okay, I caught him. Watch this. Is not going above that stuff. Now it's cowboy up through the rough, and anytime you're entering holes on entry, you know, it's you're liable to turn the car over. Until you get from the center off the corner, you really can't be leaning on holes or curbs really hard because gravity is just fighting you. That's a whole other, you know, discussion. But don't give up. And man, I was chomping at the bit here, just legging this BB7S slinger, trying to catch him here. I think that hole right there, you know, I just sent the car in sideways, and I knew I couldn't miss the bottom there. When I hit that hole, I was so sideways, it threw the whole car and really killed my drive here. You know, he got away. But I still got lap traffic, and, you know, I'm not giving up yet. I got to time this right. And this is still mine, you know, we got a couple laps left. I think we're only 2 to go, maybe 3. Brad gets kind of turned sideways, and I'm forced to go to the top and rip the lip. And it's crumbs up here, and I'm going nowhere. But I get a pretty good run, all in all. And the traffic kind of moves out of our way and lets us race. But I'm pretty sure that is the white flag, and I'm down to my last lap to get Mosen. So we let this BB7 sing one more lap, and unfortunately, that was all she wrote. We ran second, and I was so pumped because I kind of had a borrowed crew with a borrowed car, and I can't thank everybody enough. You know, my help, Matt, and Jared, and Calvin, and Neil, and Amy, and Jaden, Peter, you know, the promoter and the track, everybody for bringing me out. It was such an amazing experience. I hope I'm invited back in December.
Well, Graham, I heard they're going to run Western Springs again next year.
Mate, that is very, very good news.
That is great news.
Obviously, there's an issue with it, provided that they get on with something else. It's no good just thinking we're all good for a year and then we're in the same predicament.
Yeah.
So let's hope that we can find a solution to the future of Speedway in New Zealand. So
That is so cool. I'm excited for you guys because this
I'm
place is
excited, yeah.
awesome. There were so many people here, and apparently now I'm getting to do like a podium thing.
yes, you are.
Sorry, the camera's dirty.
Left your camera behind, this is what
Yeah,
happens.
hey, snooze, you lose around here,
Yeah,
pal.
us.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, so good to have you here in New Zealand, and yeah, awesome. Good job for second tonight.
Oh, that was awesome. We finally ended up on the podium. I was just walking out of the office because apparently, like, if you pass under the line here, they can potentially put you back a couple spots. But I didn't pass under the line. They reviewed it and everything was good. So I'm super pumped though. We ended up P2, so close, you know. And ultimately, like the track was rough enough. I didn't want to turn the thing over, especially in front of, like there's 7,000 people here. So I didn't want to turn it over, but I also wanted to put on a show. So we were gassing it. I was giving it everything I had. Thank you. And hey, can't thank Peter Honeybell and Amy and the promoters for helping me get out here. Everybody down at BSL, Calvin, and the 63As on FK's built by Peter Honeybell. So if you're down in New Zealand, he builds FK shocks, and I mean, it was rough and the shocks took it all. So super pumped on my New Zealand trip. We still have a week left before I fly home, so we're gonna go hit the beach some more and enjoy ourselves. As always, thanks for watching TmezTv. One fan over here, he's come to all the races no matter where we went, so I can't thank you enough for coming out. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it, buddy.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to TmezTv, and also subscribe to CXS818. The CXS818. It's a picture of a marshmallow dog. But most importantly, subscribe to this excellent driver at TmezTv.
Thanks, buddy.
Peace, guys.